I still remember the cold, cutting words like yesterday. "You're wasting your life," my father sneered, voice thick with disdain. "You're just a dreamer," my sister scoffed, her eyes rolling, as if I was some pathetic joke. "Painting? You think you can make a living with colors and brushes? That's not what we do in this family." They mocked me relentlessly, ridiculing my obsession with becoming a painter, something they called ridiculous, impossible, and worse, embarrassing. Every cruel word sank in deep, each one a reminder that I was destined to be a failure in their eyes. But I refused to let their contempt define me. Deep down, I knew I had to prove them wrong. I packed my bags and left that house of contempt, my heart burning with a mix of anger and hope. I was relentless. I worked nights, sacrificing everything, sleep, relationships, stability, to learn my craft. I painted under flickering neon lights in dingy studios, pouring every ounce of my soul into every canvas. There were days I wanted to give up, drown in despair, or listen to their voice echoing, telling me I was a fool. But I didn't. I fought harder. Years blurred into a relentless grind. My art started to sell. Small galleries took chances on my raw, emotional pieces. I refused to conform, refused to dilute my vision, because I knew, deep inside, I was chasing something real, something mine. Slowly, the world started to notice. My name appeared on magazine covers. My paintings found homes across the country. I had become what they said I couldn't, a respected artist. And in that success, I found the strength to return. I didn't go home because I needed their approval. I went because I wanted to stand in front of them, those doubters, those mockers, and show them exactly what I'd become. Driving back down that familiar street, memories flooded of every cruel joke, every sneer, every time I felt small and invisible. But I wasn't. I had forged a different path. The house looked the same, but felt like a prison I'd escaped. I stepped inside, the air thick with the scent of familiarity and judgment. My family gathered in the living room, eyes flickering. They looked at me differently now, like I was some stranger they couldn't quite recognize. I carried a large wrapped canvas, my most recent piece. Unwrapping it slowly, I revealed a sprawling, vivid scene, an explosion of color, raw emotion, life. It was everything I had fought for, my truth, my vision, my voice. The silence in the room stretched painfully long as they stared, unsure of what they were seeing. And then my father's eyes widened. My sister's mouth opened slightly, stunned. They saw the art, my art. They saw that I had become more than their doubts, more than their mockery. They saw that I had succeeded not just in creating beauty, but in proving that a ridiculous dream was worth every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears. For a moment, I felt the weight of every rejection, every humiliation lift from my shoulders. I was no longer the fragile dreamer they tried to crush. I was someone who had turned their scorn into fuel. Someone who had built a life out of pure conviction, out of refusing to be broken, and in quiet, powerful moment, I looked at them and whispered, "This is what your mocking made possible. I am exactly what you said I'd never be." They stood in stunned silence, unable to deny what they saw, and I knew this was my victory, the ultimate revenge. Not in words, but in the beautiful, undeniable truth of my life. I had risen from their contempt to stand tall, proud, unbreakable. And I would keep moving forward, forging new dreams, because I'd learned that sometimes the greatest triumph begins with a devastating rejection. And I was just getting started.